Okay, everybody, it's for me Sunday night, but for you, it's Monday, of course. And I'll be back on Tuesday. Great to see you then. So we'll do the lesson right now. It'll take around 20 minutes or so to explain the prepositional case and tell you what I really need you to do for the assignment. I know you're going to have to look over that Kahoot we did on Friday. I think that's really important. And you're going to look at this to kind of nail down the prepositional case. Yeah, the prepositional case. So I will see you Tuesday, and we'll take care of business then, okay? Please remember, as I've told you always, when you study Russian, do your best to enjoy it. And what I mean by that is, if it gets real tedious, take a break. If you're not getting into the study at that moment, go watch a Russian film or listen to some Russian music or read something about Russia. And that way things will seep in a different way. And don't ever put yourself in a position where you have to fight yourself. Your biggest competition will be yourself. And that's the hardest one to win. So, do it the right way. And don't worry if you don't win a Kahoot or you don't even get in the top 5. This is a work in progress learning a language that even means our own, English. You never really learn it all. So it's a progressive endeavor. You keep working at it and you get better. And sometimes you're a little bit slower, sometimes you're a little bit faster. And there's an ebb and flow. So all this is about exercise. It's an exercise for the brain so you do better. You're not in competition with anybody but yourself. Even though we have Kahoots, it's for each of us to help each other out. All right. So I told you we're going to learn cases in Russian. There are 6. We are learning the prepositional case, which is also called the locative case. And I'll explain that in a second. The one case that we kind of already know is called the nominative case or the name case. That's the dictionary case. In other words, you don't have to do anything. You just use the word as it's spelled and it's good to go. Okay. There can be some issues within a sentence of knowing when to use it and when not to, but it's an easy one. So in a certain sense, you're on the second case. Now, this case was the 6th one that I learned. We kind of learned them all at the same time almost, but it really doesn't matter just as long as you learn it. So let's start and let's take care of some business. Now, I had given you a file with a picture of this over here. Yeah, which is your table of endings or declensions. Declension is an ending. Okay. And again, Russian has 6 cases, so there are going to be endings within these 6 cases. Okay. And they change depending on the gender, masculine, feminine, or neuter. Let me get a pointer in here if I can find one. Okay. Yeah. That'll do. Okay, so I'll move this guy around. So here's your masculine, neuter, feminine. So consonants. The feminines are a and ya or iya. Neuters are o and ye and yo. There's some words that end in myachiznak, the soft sign. I don't want to do them today. I mean, there'll be endings for that. Some of them have like an e ending, but let's just stick with the basics, and that'll be the prepositional case. And they usually have a ye ending, like the masculines, yeah, neuters, yeah, and sometimes yeni, which, for example, the word vremya, time, it might have a vremeni or imya. Those are those neuters with a ya ending. Might be imyani. Don't worry about those. We're going to get them, but just know that there are a few cases where it's ye and e. And then for feminines, it's a ye usually, but there can be e's, like Philadelphia becomes Philadelphia, California becomes California. Okay? And there is an exception where they can have an u ending I'll talk about those. There are plenty of them, but I'm going to give you three just to throw that at you. Don't let that freak you out. Here you're trying to learn the yes and the e's, and I'm throwing an oo at you, but don't worry. So let's go right to it. Okay, not that one. Hold on. Hold on. Wrong screen. Is it this guy? Yeah. All right. So here we go. So we have the prepositional case. In Russian, that's предложный, meaning prepositional. Падеж is case. Okay, предложный падеж. And a lot of times it's called locative. You think of the word locate, where you are located. Okay. And my professor in college would go back and forth, but I understood why he said locative. Some people might say locative, but that's too hard to say, so we just say locative. It works. And the two main ones we're going to learn today, besides the exceptions, and they're more than what I'm going to give you, but I'll give you three, is v, meaning in, na, meaning at or on. It depends. It can be used either way, but at or on. All right, so let's just get the exceptions out of the way. Sometimes a noun will be a masculine noun and it'll have an oo at the end. Not many. I'm going to give you three. There are more than three, but, this is Hollywood, so we're going to get this done quickly. U меня боли в боку. I have a pain in my side. У меня боли в боку. Bok is side. Bok. So в боку is in the side here. Okay? And you add an oo. To add a yeah, you'd probably have to get rid of that o, and it gets messy. So for whatever reason, they do it that way. And you'll do it that way. Okay? Baku. The next sentence says, On не играет в жару. Jar means temperature or heat. And it says, he doesn't play in the heat. Okay? And в жару, it doesn't say в жаре, it's в жару. It's easier to say, and sometimes it's just that way. There are places that have that ending. Not many, but... And then we see there's two words here. Rot is the word for mouth, but vartu is in the mouth. It almost sounds French. And they have an O there that's added to the V because there are two consonants. That happens when you get two consonants together. After the V, makes it easier to say, basically. Vartu. It sounds like one word, vartu. But it's vo, tu, vartu. Okay? And that is prepositional. So those are three cases where you have an oo. And my suggestion is when they do come up, you just memorize them. There'll be like 20 of them or 30 of them, whatever it is in your lifetime that you'll experience them. You'll just know it because you get used to it because you hear it all the time. You haven't heard it yet. This is the first time, so you're probably saying, oh my God, what's this? So now let's go into the regular ones now that we've got the exceptions out of the way. Stol, that means table. So nastalia usually means on the table, something being on the table. When you translate, sometimes it can mean at the table, like certain things are at the table, but not people. They use a different one for that, a different preposition, a different case. But nastalia means on the table. Nastalia. Michigania. Michigan is a state in the United States. Michigan, Stadt of Michigania, in Michigan. Okay? Now here's a feminine one. Работа. That's work. Okay? Работа. На работе. At work. Okay? So it could mean on or at. See? Depends. And then I've got to give you... Oh yeah, here's an ER. Okay? Feminine. California becomes California. So for the ERs, it becomes EE. California. California. Okay? If you're saying it quickly, it kind of sounds like one long E, but the main thing is you don't put a yeah there. Okay? And then Poli is a field. Okay? You heard a song I think I used to play for you guys. when I start off my attendance taking. You have that military band playing. Folia, in the field. Okno, it means window. Vaknya, in the window. Here's another feminine one, shkola, which means school. And shkolia, shkolia. Again, Russians blend words, or the preposition and then the word, smash it together. So you don't say shkolia. I did when I first started taking Russian. I made every mistake. Still do. So shkolia, it's blended together as if it's one word. And Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Philadelphia. And you just start trusting yourself. Okay, it's a masculine noun. I'm going to add a yeah to it, usually. If it's a feminine, it's going to be a yeah, sometimes an e. Okay, and for the neuter, usually a yeah, and then sometimes yeah and e. So that is the prepositional case. And there are other cases and there are other exceptions. Again, this is Russian 1, so I just want you to try to fill in the right ending. And I'll give you these in the assignment, and you should be able to handle them easily. I'll have you type it in, and you'll be fine, all right? Okay, and I'll give you a few words from the Kahoot with clothes, so check them out. Either check the file or keep going. You have to do the Kahoot anyway, so do that, and you'll be fine. So I think that's pretty much it. This is less than 20 minutes. Anything more to say? Like I said, there's some myakiznak words that have like an e ending in the prepositional, but we're not going to worry about those yet. We're keeping it really, really simple, and it'll be a time for the other things there. But if you learn these here, you'd be fine. All right. So we'll stick with that, and then I'll see you on Tuesday. So do the assignment, do the Kahoot again. This will be the second time you've done it, and pay attention to the clothes, figure them out, and then when you do the assignment on MS Teams, you'll type some of the endings in there. All right. Das vidania.